The rain poured relentlessly, drumming against the glass walls of the towering corporate building like the heartbeat of a city that never slept. Down on the slick, empty parking lot, a woman in a pale gray suit struggled to reach her car. Her heels slipped, her breath trembled, and one of her hands gripped a cane so tightly her knuckles turned white. Each step looked like a war. When she finally made it beside her sleek black car, headlights suddenly flared in the darkness. Too close, too fast. "Please, don't hurt me," she gasped, her voice cracking as she stumbled backward. "I can't walk." The man froze mid-step, rain plastering his dark hair against his forehead. His jacket was soaked, his boots covered in mud, but his eyes sharp, startled, and filled with something between guilt and worry, locked onto hers. He hadn't meant to scare her. He was just there, in the wrong place, at the wrong time, or maybe in the only moment fate had been waiting for. If this opening already has your heart racing, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to Soul Spark for more heart-touching cinematic stories like this one. Her name was Alina Hart, 32 years old, the youngest female CEO in her company's history. Brilliant, ruthless, resilient. But behind the image the media worshipped was a truth she never shared. 3 years ago, a car accident shattered her legs and left her barely able to walk. Every step since then had been a quiet act of defiance against pain. The world saw power in her stride, not realizing every movement was held together by metal rods, determination, and a refusal to break. The man who stood before her that rainy night was Noah Reed, 35, a single dad and a mechanic who'd been delivering a late car part for the company's fleet. His daughter, Leela, waited for him at home, a bright-eyed 8-year-old who believed her father could fix anything, even broken hearts. But that night, their worlds collided in a way neither could have expected. Noah had seen the faint glow of taillights flicker and die near the CEO's car. He'd approached, thinking someone needed help. He never imagined his presence would terrify the woman he was trying to assist. Elena's voice shook when she said she couldn't walk, and the panic in her eyes hit him like a blow. He slowly raised his hands, speaking softly through the rain. "Hey, it's okay, I'm not here to hurt you. I saw you drop your keys." She blinked, shivering, confused. The metallic sound of keys hitting the wet pavement still echoed faintly in her mind. He crouched, picked them up, and gently placed them on the hood of her car without another word. Then he turned to leave. Something inside Alina twisted. She'd spent so long surrounded by people who only pretended to care, investors, assistants, even so-called friends who saw her more as a trophy than a human being. Yet this stranger, drenched and cold, had shown her more respect in 30 seconds than most had in years. "Wait," she said softly. "You're not from security, are you?" "No," he said, brushing the rain from his face. "Just a guy trying to help." That was the first night they met. 2 weeks later, Alina's car broke down outside the company gate. She'd been on a tight schedule, running late for a board meeting. To her frustration, the one sent to fix her car was the same man, Noah. She didn't know whether to be embarrassed or grateful. He smiled faintly when he recognized her, then quickly focused on his work. His movements were calm, careful, almost artistic. She watched him through the window, feeling something strange, something she hadn't felt in years. Safety. When he finished, she thanked him politely, and he nodded, turning to leave. But then, she asked the question that would change both their lives. "Do you ever fix things other than cars?" He looked at her, puzzled. "Depends on what's broken. My driver quit, my assistant too," she said. "And I need someone I can trust." Noah hesitated. A CEO hiring a mechanic as her driver wasn't exactly typical. But the desperation in her tone wasn't professional, it was human. Against his better judgment, he agreed. The following months unfolded like a quiet storm. Every morning Noah arrived on time, helped her into the car, and made sure she reached her destination safely. He never stared at her cane, never offered unnecessary pity, never asked about her scars. For Alina, that silence was healing. Slowly, the walls she'd built around her heart began to crumble. She learned about his daughter, Leela, a little girl with pigtails and an imagination big enough to light up the world. And when she finally met her, it was like meeting the part of Noah he never talked about, the tender, fiercely protective father behind the stoic exterior. Leela adored Alina instantly. To her, the CEO wasn't the cold business lady people whispered about. She was the nice woman who listened, smiled, and brought her sketchbooks to life with encouraging words. For the first time since her accident, Alina laughed, really laughed. But life never stops testing those who've already been through enough. One afternoon, during a charity event, the crowd surged unexpectedly near the stage. Alina lost her balance, and the sound of her cane clattering against marble silenced the room. Cameras flashed. Someone whispered, "She can't walk properly." Her old fear returned like fire in her veins. But before she could fall, Noah was there, steady, strong, lifting her effortlessly as the world watched. He didn't care about the whispers or the stares. He just looked into her trembling eyes and said, "You're okay. I've got you." That moment became the headline everywhere: "Mystery Man saves female CEO." Alina tried to hide her humiliation, but inside, she felt something deeper than shame. She felt seen. Over time, their connection deepened into something neither dared to name. But the world around them wasn't kind. Board members began to question her professionalism. Reporters speculated about her relationship with the driver. And when rumors spread that Noah's past included debt and a custody battle for his daughter, the company's investors pressured Alina to let him go. She refused. Until one night, Noah himself came to her office, resignation letter in hand. His eyes were heavy, tired. "You've done enough for me. I can't let them drag you down because of my past." Tears filled her eyes unbidden. "You think I care about that?" she whispered. "I care about you." He hesitated, then shook his head. "You deserve someone who can walk beside you without fear, Alina." "Then help me walk," she said, voice trembling. "Don't leave. If this story has touched your heart so far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who believes love heals what pain destroys. Together, let's grow our Soul Spark family." Months passed. Noah disappeared from her life, and Alina's world went gray again. But one stormy evening, fate came knocking once more. She was on her way home when her car broke down again on the old bridge outside the city. Lightning split the sky. Her phone was dead. Panic began to rise. And then she saw a familiar truck pull over. Noah stepped out. Time stood still. He didn't say a word, just walked over, opened her door, and offered his hand. She stared at it for a long moment, then took it. He helped her out, steadying her gently as the rain poured down. "I thought you were gone," she said, her voice breaking. "I tried," he said softly, "but I couldn't stay away. Not from you." Tears mixed with rain as she whispered, "You once said you fix what's broken. Can you fix me?" He smiled faintly, brushing a strand of wet hair from her face. "You were never broken, Alina. You were just learning how to stand again." In that moment, surrounded by rain and thunder, she realized, sometimes, the person you fear the most is the one sent to save you. In the end, Alina's company thrived under her leadership, stronger than ever. She walked, slowly, proudly, onto stages that once terrified her, with Noah and Leela cheering in the front row. Her pain became her strength, her scars became her story, and in her heart, she knew the truth: real love doesn't rescue you. It reminds you that you were never lost to begin with. Final message: no matter how broken life leaves you, there's always someone, somewhere, willing to stand beside you until you can walk again. Never stop believing in second chances, in kindness, and in the quiet power of love. Thank you for watching Soul Spark. If this story moved you, please hit like, comment your favorite moment, and subscribe for more emotional, cinematic tales that speak to the soul. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and keep your soul sparked.